Virginia, and today I have a new project to share with you. But first, I would like to chat a little bit. Since I've been away from YouTube for some time, almost more than 1 month actually, and this is sort of my coming back video, I thought it was a good occasion for me to show myself on camera and also to talk a little bit about myself so you get to know me better. Maybe you are new to my channel, or maybe you are coming back. Either way, you are welcome. Thank you for being here, and I would like to introduce a little bit myself. So, as you might already know, my name is Virginia Greco and I'm Italian, as you can tell from my accent. I'm a scientist. Actually I'm a PhD in particle physics, and I've been working at CERN, the European Laboratory for Research in Fundamental Physics, but I've also a master in communication, and after a few years as working in research, I decided to switch to science communication because I love it. So since sometimes I work as a science writer and an expert, hopefully expert, in science communication. So this is my day job. On weekends and at night during week, if I can, when I can, I love to create. I like to make scrapbooking projects and play with all the cute supplies. Paper, paints, stamps, stickers, all the pretty things that you love as well. And I also like to make videos and pictures to share my projects with you guys. So the reason why I was forced to put my social media on hold for some time is that basically I have recently changed the job, city and even country actually, so I had to move, and I've done many times moving around and even changing countries, but I tell you, it doesn't get easier with the time. Maybe you know as well this. So it took some time to get organized, to move stuff around, and now I'm more or less settled. I moved from Geneva in Switzerland to sunny Barcelona in Spain, and actually I lived here for almost 3 years in the past, so I was quite happy to come back because I loved it. Most important thing, I set up in my creative space again. Well, I still need to fix a few things, decorate it, and maybe find some better solution for storage, but I have my table, I have my supplies, and also I have my light in my tripod, my camera, so I can shoot videos and make pictures. My plan is to be sharing new videos regularly on this channel, at least once per week. So if you are already a subscriber, thank you very much. I'm very happy to have you here. If you are not, I would be very happy to have you hitting that subscribe button down there. Anyway, welcome, thank you for watching, and now I'll stop chatting and rambling, and I'll go sit to my desk and create a project to share with you. So don't move. And here we are. The project I'm going to create today is a cover for my new traveler's notebook and a spread in it. And I'm going to use the awesome Lemon Grove kits by Cocoa Daisy, which I have here on my desk. And this month I got the Pocket Pages Memory Keeping Kit and the Standard Dori Planner Kit. I actually intended to get a Simple Dori booklet for my memory keeping, but it sold out immediately. So I decided to challenge myself to use the Standard Dori that comes in the planner kit as the base for my memory keeping. The design of the pages of the booklet, of course, is geared towards planning, so it's not ideal for scrapbooking. But I think I can work around it, and let's say it's going to be an experiment. The first thing I'm going to do is create a cover to replace the craft cardstock one the Dori comes with. And I'm going to use 2 pattern papers that I'm going to choose from the cardstock sheets included in the two kits that I have, which are different. The two kits have different papers, so I have many options. For the front cover, I'm going to use this beautiful pattern with lemons and blue leaves. While for the back, I'm going to use one of the blue tile patterns. There are various blue tile patterns in the kit. So first of all, I'm scoring the folding line onto the lemon paper, since I will wrap it around the spine of the booklet, and then I will sew it to the spine of the booklet. I like to score 2 or 3 lines, one next to the other, to create a sort of larger spine, because this helps me fit the whole booklet in the cover and also makes easier stitching through it. Now, I carefully removed the craft cover to place the new one I'm making, but first I'm going to trim down the flap on the back of the booklet and stick the back cover onto it. I will still be able to see a strip of the lemon pattern paper on the inside of the back cover, but as you will see in a minute, I will cover it with some washi tape. Now I'm also going to trim down the cover to the actual height of the dory, and I'm going to cut it. And now I'm going to add to the bottom of the cover a strip of this wonderful washi tape with all the lemons, just to add some more interest and some variation to the cover. I'm carefully positioning and sticking it down on both sides of the edge, and then I will trim the excess of the washi tape. Now it's time to sew the cover and the booklet together. And I'm not going to remove the staples of the booklet. Instead, I'm going to punch holes all along the crease of the spine and sew through it with embroidery floss and using a big needle. I punched the holes in the cover, and now I'm punching them in the dory separately, just to be sure that I make them in the right place, because I don't want the cover to slip off if I'm punching from the inside of the booklet or the other way around. Now I can proceed to stitching, and I'm going to use bright yellow embroidery floss, and I'm using all the 6 strands of the thread. You can see it's super easy. I go in the first hole with the needle from the inside of the booklet, then out and in again in the following hole, but from the outer side of the cover. And I continue this way all the way up and then all the way down. I pull the thread to be sure that it's sewn tightly. When I will reach the bottom again, now I'm doing the way down, I will tie a knot and cut the excess of floss. And that is all. Quite fast and easy. And now finally I'm going to trim down the right edge of the back cover. As anticipated, in order to mask the junction between the front and back cover in the inside of the cover, I put a strip of washi tape. Now I want to add some pom-pom ribbon along the edge of the cover, because I think it's a super cute detail, and actually happen to have a piece of trim in this beautiful yellow which matches perfectly the kit, so I have to use it. So I'm sticking it down to the inside border of the cover with double-sided tape, but As you will see later, I'm also going to stitch through it in order to be sure that it stays in place, and also because I love the texture that stitching adds to projects. Now I'm first of all going to decorate a bit my front cover, and I'm going to use one of these adorable sticky notes in the shape of a lemon, which came in the planner kit, and I'm going also to stick it there in the middle and use it as a background for this marvelous glittery foam title, which says Sun and Fun. And this is absolutely gorgeous. There are a few of these glittery foam stickers in the kits, and they are absolutely gorgeous. I love the color, the design, the dimension, and everything. So now I'm looking for something more to add to the cover. So I'm going through the various die cuts. I also thought of using those rubber circles that came in the kit. And in the end, I decided to use two of these sort of tile die cut, which say "Remember Today," which is a nice sentence for a memory keeping booklet. So I first of all stuck the Sun and Fun title, and now I'm adding these other die cuts, and I'm using my T ruler to be sure to stick them more or less on a straight line. And here it is, the second. Now here is where I'm showing you that I backstitched with the yellow embroidery floss all along the edge of the dory to keep the pom-pom trim in place, and also to add extra detail and texture, and as I said before. And I think it's absolutely gorgeous, it's lovely. Now with this, my cover is done, and now I can start to work in the inside of the dory. I'm going to create a layout using this photo of myself, which I printed in black and white. The idea of my design is to cover completely the left page with pattern paper, and then situate my photo on the right page. So now I'm going through all the paper left after making the cover to choose one that I like for this, the last sign. I thought there were a few that could work, but finally I decided to use this big tile pattern. I cut it down to the sides of the page, and before sticking it down, I'm moving on working to the photo, and I want to use this other blue gingham pattern to create a frame for my photo. First of all, I'm cutting a square of paper about 1/4 inch bigger than the photo on every side. And I'm actually eyeballing it, and that was not a good idea, as I will explain to you in a second. To get the frame, I'm using the We Are Memory Keeper frame punch board, which I love, by the way. And since I want each border of the frame to be 1/4 inch wide, I put the little blue plastic pieces in the 1/4 inch position, and I punched 4 times, turning around the piece of paper to create the 4 corners of the frame. And then with the trimmer on the side, I cut the internal square. Now, I told you before that eyeballing was not a good idea. This because I created a frame slightly bigger than the actual photo. So I will have to make some fixing, since I don't want the white border to show. I actually cut one of the border and glue it back to sort of shrink a bit the frame. Now the photo fits perfectly in, and I can glue down the pattern paper on the left page, and I will be careful to align it well, and then I will go back to work on the photo side. I'm looking for a tab to add on top of my photo to write the date. And I'm trying various options, since there are many beautiful tabs in the die cut sets, and there are also a couple of tabs in the planner stickers. I go back and forth, and I finally decide to use one of these foldable tabs but I'm cutting it in the middle to use only one part, since the other is not going to show anyway. So I'm sticking it down on top of the picture, and later I will write down the date there. Now I'm going through all the die cuts, I have 2 sets, to look for a title and also some embellishment to add to my page. I chose this phrase, this banner, "The struggle is real," as a title, because in the journaling I'm going to talk about the tough time I had during the first 2 weeks in Barcelona, while I was looking for a decent and not crazily expensive apartment in town. And I literally ran up and down the town so many times, and few days it was absolutely crazy. And lunchtime was the only moment I could unplug and relax. So those 2 stamps in the stamp set are perfect. I actually stamped unplug and relax in 2 different shades of yellow. Now I want to add some more embellishment, so I'm going to strategically place that half lemon die cut on top of the frame, on one of the places where I had cut the frame to fix it, as I mentioned before. And I'm also going to add lemon on the left side next to the banner that says "The struggle is real." And I'm not sure if I want to use the die cut or the chipboard, but actually the chipboard, you can see only the center of the lemon, not the skin all around. So I like best the die cut, that's why I chose it. And now I'm sticking it down. I'm not going to add anything else on the left side, because I want to keep this clean look. I'm now writing the date with a sparkly blue gel pen, and I grabbed the beautiful Cocoa Daisy pen of this month's planner kit to write down my journaling. I jumped over this part, and now I'm just finishing off the page with a few enamel dots in these bright yellow and blue ones. So this is going to wrap up my project. I hope you like it, as well as my little crazy intro. And if you have any questions on the projects, on the kits, or if you would like to know more about myself and my life in Barcelona, please leave me a comment and I will be more than happy to reply. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure to subscribe so you won't miss my future projects. See you in my next video. Thanks. Bye bye.